Hiya and welcome back to Chef D's Food Blog. Today we're gonna be cooking creamy Alfredo chicken pasta with sausages. So these are the ingredients we're gonna be needing. We're gonna be needing chicken breast sauteed. We're gonna be needing sausages, red onions, garlic and ginger sauce, the pasta, butter, my yummy powdered pepper. I will tell you where to get that from. We're going to be needing cream and we're going to be needing cheese, Parmesan cheese preferably. So I had cut up my sausages in little bites and fried it for just less than 2 minutes or 3 with my special pepper. And then I'm about to fry my chicken breast. Take note of the amount of oil I used to fry. Very little olive oil. And then I put in my chicken breast, which I had sauteed overnight, and you just fry that for just a few minutes, maybe about 3 to 4 minutes or thereabout, until it turns white and cooked. You would know that when it's cooked. I would show you real soon. On the other pot, I have a little bit of tomatoes and peppers, which I had blended, and I am bringing to a boil. I'm going to need very little of that. Now you can see the chicken. It's turned white, doesn't look raw anymore. Now you know it's fried. Now while all that was going on, I put some water to a boil and I put some spice in it, actually Maggi, and a little bit of oil, like a tablespoon or 2 of vinegar oil, and then I put in my pasta to boil. Pasta shouldn't boil for too long, so maximum give it about 2 to 3 minutes and it should be about cooked. Just taste it to be sure and check if it's soft, but don't let it get too soggy. So I put in my pasta into the boiling water and I closed it and left it for a little bit. Make sure there's still a little bit of water when you're done, because you would need this water from the boiled pasta for your sauce later. Now I'm going on to fry my onions. I would do this with my unsalted butter. You can eyeball the quantity you need, so you can put, and if it dries up too quickly and you still need a bit of moist, then you can go ahead and put some more as you go by. So I put in a little bit into my pan, as you can see, and while it was melting away, I got ready to add in my onions. So I just turned the butter all around the pan for it to melt and give it a good stir. And then I went in and I put in my onions at this point and just had that fry for a bit. So I sauteed the onion for a little bit, and I felt like I didn't have enough moist anymore. So like I said earlier on, if you don't have enough moist, you can go ahead and add a little bit more butter, which I did at this point, and I let it melt into the pan and turn the onions more. This is the perfect time to put your garlic and ginger. For me, I already had garlic and ginger paste that I would use. I actually do love garlic in my food, but I was cooking for other people who probably don't like as much garlic as I do, so I put very little quantity. If it was just me, I would have put more. You can use your own homemade garlic and ginger paste as well, or you can just get garlic and ginger and grate it and add that in this mixture at this time, and just stir and fry it a little bit. After this, I went ahead to take a bit of my tomato and pepper paste that I had already boiled and put a bit of it into my garlic, ginger and onion mix, and I stirred that for a little bit. After adding the quantity I needed, you don't need so much. This is just to add some color and some pepper. I stirred that in to just get away the sour taste of the tomato that hasn't been fried. While that has fried a little bit and you're sure the tomato doesn't have any sour taste, you pour in your cream. Take note of the amount of cream you're going to use depending on the quantity of pasta. Then I mix it all in. Yummy. At this point, it smells so good, guys. So it's mixed in there. What I have is the tomato, is the onions, which I had fried with butter and not oil, guys, butter. And then the tomato and pepper mix, which I had boiled and then put in there to fry a little bit to take away the sour taste and make sure it's fully cooked. Then I added my cream in at this point and turned that a bit around for a few minutes. Then here I poured in the water of the pasta. I put a bit too much in this case, but normally when you boil your pasta, try to make sure you have a little bit of water left in the pot, because you're going to need it at this point. So there was the water for my pasta. I added a bit more. and I shouldn't have actually, but yeah, just take note so it's a bit still creamy and not too watery. At this point, I poured in my fried sausages and chicken breast. You can use bacon, you can use shrimps, prawns, you know, whatever your thing is, you can use at this point. I just like sausages and I like chicken breast, so feel free to use what you like. I would normally use white wine at this point, but I didn't have white wine today, so I didn't add it. If you do have white wine, just 2 tablespoons of white wine will be just fine in this mix at this point. Then you go in and put in your cheese, shredded cheese. Parmesan is my favorite for this. Any other great cheddar cheese or shredded cheese would be fine. Not cheddar actually, but yeah, shredded cheddar actually works. But yeah, Parmesan is the way to go for this. You just need to use a little bit of that, and this should be towards the end of your cooking so it doesn't get too burnt or gummy. But the whole idea is for it to be a bit sticky and creamy at this point. So you just saute for a little bit, not too long. So like I said, it doesn't get too sticky in the pot, and you turn down the heat at this point. So you taste at this point for salt or seasoning, just the right amount of seasoning you would need. I was making food for my mom and the rest of the house, and my mom doesn't take salt, so I had to take out a bit of the paste into a different pot for her, and then I added my seasoning, well, salt actually at this point. And then you go in with your pasta, put it in little bit by bit, just so you make sure that you coat all the pasta in the creamy sauce. Every single pasta should get some of that juicy joy. Turn it, make sure it's all juicy and coated and yum. This is the perfect time to put some basil leaves in. I didn't have some as well in the house, but if you do have some, it's a perfect addition. Sprinkle a little bit on your pasta, toss it around, and there you go. Ready to go. So yes, guys, this is the special pepper I use. I would put a link on how you can get this pepper. It is divine. I don't cook anything without it. Enjoy.